So here in the United States, we have a massive crisis that is hurting many of the bigger cities. Now, what we're going to discuss in today's video, this is nothing new. However, experts are now saying that the crisis that we were facing, again, we were facing this crisis, it's now getting worse. I want to explain what this crisis is, what we are likely to see moving forward. Even though there are some positive signs, there's still more negative signs out there. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So what is this crisis that is affecting many major US cities? Well, it has to do with money. A lot of people do not have it. That is part of the issue. But businesses, states, they are all trying to raise prices on everything so that they can actually make money. You look at some states, they're raising property taxes. They're raising excise taxes. Everything is going up, getting more expensive because they're coming after the one thing that they don't have, money. So what's the crisis in some of these major US cities? Well, it's an affordability crisis. Just look at this. It says, an affordability crisis is making some young Americans give up on ever owning a home. Now, I want to be very clear on something. I've talked to probably hundreds or thousands of people over the past month. And one of the things that we've discussed is affordability. And it's not just with your home, okay? Now, I was talking to an economist just the other day, and this is what he told me. He said, homes are expensive. As a result, income must be higher to afford said homes. As a result, the people in those cities of those homes usually make more money, which means rents for office and residential are always higher. As a result, businesses tend to charge more, which means products and services for many are unattainable due to this affordability crisis. That is what he said. But I want to go one step further. I want to explain why this is an issue. If there's an affordability crisis when it comes to homes, okay, you move away from that city. You move out to the suburbs. You move a little bit further away where you can actually afford something. This is the issue. Cities are going to start to pay the price. Cities are going to see real estate prices come down. Yeah, we know that. It's already starting to happen. But people will start moving out of the city. They'll start picking up different jobs out of the city. Those businesses will close. They're not because of layoffs, not because they're not profitable, but because they don't have employees there. They don't have people there anymore. They're leaving. So some major cities could see a drastic downturn here in the near future. But when cities like, Chicago, Seattle, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Dallas, Houston, New York, Miami, Atlanta, when all these cities start to crumble, the issue is these are still major cities, hub cities. People love coming to these cities because they have restaurants, they have just culture, they have people, they have sports, right? They have everything. Here's the issue. This is an affordability crisis that it stems from the housing market and it works its way down. I don't think this gets fixed. I honestly do not think this gets fixed. I think we go through some very tough times. The housing market is starting to, fall back. That's good news for those that are looking for a home. But what about those that are using their home and that is their net worth? That is where they're taking money out of. When those home prices start to fall, that nest egg that they thought they had is gone. Can't access it. I want to show you something. It's not just homes though. Here's one of the other issues. It says stretched consumer. Delinquency rates for credit cards and auto loans tick up. It is going up. Credit cards and auto loans. People can't afford to pay for their car payment anymore. If they can't afford to pay their car payment, do you think they're paying for car insurance? Likely not. Now is one of the reasons why we are seeing more uninsured motorists all across the U.S. Not just in cities where there's an affordability crisis, which is pretty much every city out there, but everywhere. People think that, okay, I can't afford my car payment, so I'm just going to cancel my insurance. It's usually not how it works. But here's another one. Credit cards. You can't pay your credit card. Maybe you're using your credit card to pay for your auto insurance, pay for gas, right? To pay for toll roads, whatever it may be. What do you do now? If you cannot afford to live in the city that you were in, you're going to move. And if you have to move, are you going to go and get a new job? Are your children going to change schools? Right? Is your family that you were with forever, are they going to move with you? Follow you to your new job, to your new home? Possibly. I want to show you something else though. Because there is something that more and more businesses are trying to do to entice you to come back. We're not going to keep raising our prices. We understand that it's just not something that's doable because consumers don't have the money. So what are we going to do? Let's cut prices. Look at this. Subway is cutting the price of its foot-long sub, joining the value menu battle. They are joining McDonald's, who has a 5 for 5 or 4 for 5 deal. They're joining Wendy's, who has a biggie bag deal where you can get things for, I think, as cheap as $5 for a meal. This is usually a burger, 4 nuggets, small fry, small drink, $5. Burger King, they have a value meal. Okay? They do. Many businesses, many of these fast food chains have a value meal. Many restaurants have a value menu, right? Because they're trying to get people to come back, trying to get people to stay in that city. Don't go anywhere. That's what they want. Now, here's where we're at. And again, I think this is troubling, but it all stems from the housing market. Let's just look at a major city like New York City. New York, the average person in New York makes about $89,000 per year. That's pretty respectable income. $89,000 a year. Almost $100,000. That's not bad, right? For most people, they would be ecstatic if they got $89,000 a year. But if you look at this, and this is how you know if housing is affordable. Housing should not exceed 30% of your take-home pay. Okay, so you make $89,000 a year. That means per month, again, 30% of your income would be, you're probably looking about like $2,300. So 30% of 89, we'll just take 90,000. It's $30,000. Okay, that's 30%, or roughly. Okay, so $30,000. Again, keep in mind, you can't pay over that per year. So that means you're paying like $2,200 to $2,300 per month is the maximum amount you could pay, which we would say that's affordable housing. Who do you know in New York City, for example, paying $2,200 to $2,300 a month for their apartment, just themselves? Nobody. Okay, nobody's paying that. That is the issue. So again, I'm bringing this to your attention because experts are saying that, yes, this is an issue we currently have, and will get worse in the future. That's why I'm bringing it to your attention. Because if you live in a major city or around a major city within about 2-hour radius, they are saying that you could feel the effects because people will start moving out of the city, moving into the suburbs, which will likely cause the prices there to go up as well. So again, keep this in mind. This is not just for the major cities. It's the major cities and surrounding areas. So I will leave you with that. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But the one thing I do want to ask you is, if you do live in a major city, what are the affordability issues that you are seeing right in front of you? Let me know down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.